Hi, my name is Tushit Garg. So welcome to our podcast. Today we deep dive into the minds of most inspiring entrepreneurs and thought leaders. I'm your host, and today we have an exciting guest for you. Our guest is Chris Hale, an expert in scaling online businesses and helping entrepreneurs achieve exponential growth while staying true to their personal and professional goals. Chris has a unique approach to business, one that combines strategic scaling with the focus on actualizing his own potential. Whether you are an entrepreneur looking to take your business to the next level or just curious about the future of online scaling, this conversation is packed with valuable insights. Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm Chris, and thanks for asking. I am doing great, and yeah, I'm very excited to be here. Thanks for that on that point, and yeah, let's go. It wasn't always the case that I was successful online. I started as everyone. Like I went to school. I didn't know there is so much potential in the online world, and as I had my first 9 to 5, I just hated it and I wanted to like break out of that. And then I started my first business. But the first two businesses like kind of failed. I made only some kind of profit, and then I started to create content, which was the key basically to my success right now because I didn't rely on outreach anymore. I didn't rely on like me putting in the work. So I create content which brings people to me and not me to them. So that was the key. And yeah, so it's totally worth all the grind and
What was the biggest challenge you faced when you first started scaling online businesses, and how did you overcome it?
I think that because of my environment, which hadn't even a tiny clue what I was doing, I wasn't really sure if this works. So my belief was not that strong. So I needed to collect evidence for that. And I tried so many different stuff until I made my first revenue and my first profit. And on that point, I knew it is possible. So when I can make $100, I can make 1 million. And that opened up everything for me, really. Because then I went all in and then all the outcomes as well got bigger, bigger. And another challenge for me was I am very introverted. When I was a small boy, I was very, very shy, and I had to overcome that fear of rejection and stuff like that to speak in public, to do something like that here as well, like a
Yeah.
podcast.
So basically, what was the biggest challenge? Like, was it overcoming public speaking?
Yes, it was sure one of the biggest challenges.
How do you overcome it? Are you trying something to overcome it?
I think I started my self-improvement career in the gym, and what I know when you want to overcome something, you have to throw yourself into the cold water. And that's what I did with public speaking as well. I was nervous and I had shaking hands, but I throw myself into it and then I've learned and it became normal over time.
Which do you think is the biggest mistake people make when scaling online businesses?
It is not creating content. There are so many cold DM agencies and stuff like that, but they don't understand how much potential is in content creation because it's not just you put content out there. It's the thing that you attract your perfect customer to you. And I think that's one of the biggest problems or mistakes people make.
Can you share a strategy which consistently delivers results for the clients?
Yeah, sure. So when I onboard a client which wants to start making profit online, hasn't even done anything, and wants to build a brand as well, I just would advise to start on X, to create content, to share tweets, share insights and thoughts. And when doing that, you build a following, and you build a following just not just a random following. You build a tribe that it resonates with your message and your energy, so to say. And because those people will be perfect customers. They are just like your younger self, right? And for me, it's a great strategy to sell to my younger self because I have solved so many problems which I can teach to my younger self. And when my client feels a following, then I would very early start to launch the first product. I help people to launch products because an offer has to be well defined and well targeted to the ideal customer, which is also a big part. Define the ideal customer in a way that so clear. The message has to be so clear, and you have to know your ideal customer extremely. That's the secret of all marketing.
Like what kind of products do you launch?
Currently, like my current product or offer is a coaching product. I coach people one to one. They have also chat access 24/7, and I go with them. I go through all this that worked for me to launch a successful business.
Like for your clients, what kind of products do you recommend to start selling?
Okay. Yeah, it depends on their skills, on their interests, and also on what the market needs right now, because that is always changing. The market
Okay, yeah.
changes, and so I combine market needs with their skills and their interests. And out of these three pillars, we build a no-brainer.
Yeah, that seems like a good strategy. How do you balance scaling businesses for your clients while also focusing on your own personal and professional growth?
I see my day as just completing habits. So I am working around 4 hours to 6 hours every single day, even if it's a Sunday or any other day. And after finishing my work, I'm doing personal stuff. I meet my loved ones, or I'm working out. I think that my business is a big part of my personal growth because what I found is not the money, which was kind of like the goal at first. I realized it's not the thing. I want to help people, and money is just a byproduct right now. So it's a beautiful combination of personal growth and personal goals and my business. They are so deeply ingrained.
Yes, the satisfaction of helping others is just the greatest. What is your current MRR and how do you see it evolve?
It's very interesting because I was stuck very low and I tried offers. Like I've launched, for example, 4 offers and they flopped completely. But every single time I've learned something and I implement it in this second. It's a constant feedback loop. Right now I'm at 5k MRR. It of course it fluctuates a little bit.
Mhm.
And once I hit a successful offer, which brought me to 5k, now I know that how much work and effort I have to put in to get to the next goal, which is 10k, 20k, or whatever.
Yes, I have also noticed the same that if you keep going and never give up, you will eventually win. Like failures are just milestones on the way to success. Do you think the future of online business is going, specifically because of the rise of AI?
That's a big one, and I'm not an expert on
Yeah.
AI. What I know is I'm not scared. I think that we humans and AI will work completely well with each other, but we have to be aware of what will AI replace for and what it won't replace. It it can never replace our creativity or our unique insights and ideas. I think we people have to look after raising our frequency so that we generate ideas on a daily basis because using ChatGPT is just
Yeah.
a skill of finding the right prompt. So that's our work to find the ideas and let the AI do the work.
Like ChatGPT can generate ideas too. Like if you ask it to generate a couple of ideas, it will just keep doing that.
It's it's finding ideas based on the data it already has, so it can't generate something.
But humans also don't do that. Like we also create ideas based on that only. Like we don't create ideas out of the thin air.
But we can kind of think multidisciplinary. So we can, for example, combine biology with business, and we can see how these two things, for example, like are similar. We are much more creative than AI.
Yeah, creativity is the key, and the human connection, like the storytelling, AI will never be able to replace. Like, for example, in movies also, we follow the actors behind the characters, not the characters themselves.
What do you think, by the way? How will
Yeah, I think it is going to replace, like, it will replace a lot of things, but not content creation because of the human connection.
exactly?
Do you think AI will take over most of the tasks involved in scaling online businesses?
Yes, I think AI will and take over finance or accounting, but it's not taking over everything. So we will work together perfectly, but it will replace a lot of technical
Yeah, like programming essentially.
yeah, but for coding and programming, it's also the thing that we have to generate the ideas of what we code, and then AI will help us a lot to code it. But that's how I think about. I'm not an expert on that.
What I think is that it will be possible for a one person to run an entire company. Like right now, we have to hire employees, but in future, you will be just able to get agents and tell them what you want to do, and they will complete the tasks exactly. What do you think will happen when an AI has more knowledge than a human?
Wow, those are big questions, man.
Yeah.
I don't feel very confident to say something that I'm not sure is right.
Yeah, it's not possible to predict the exact future, but we just want to know your opinion if you are comfortable.
I am. Many people are afraid of this future, but I have so much trust for some reason. I think I got it from things that I've tried, and yeah. So
Yeah, I am also not afraid of it, like of the future. I think AI is going to help us a lot if the goals are aligned. If goals are not aligned, there are a lot of chances that it might go in the wrong direction, but most probably it will go in the right direction. What do you think about entrepreneurial figures like Elon Musk? And do you think we are living in a simulation? Like Elon Musk promotes this theory a lot.
I'm a big fan of Elon, and I love the things he does. I
Yeah,
have
I
so much
also.
respect for the work he does. Like he works.
The whole day only.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's incredible
yeah.
what he really does for our species.
Hmm.
And yeah, if you ask, do we live in a simulation? I don't know, man. I I spawned here in this reality,
Yeah.
and I am also still in the process of finding out the truth. And
I think it's not possible to prove it. Like it's more of just a theory. Like how will we even prove it?
but what I what I like is to see the life kind of as a video game because the mindset can serve you well. When you see your daily tasks as levels
Yeah,
you have to come, you can. It's more like a game you play, and you can win. It makes more fun to face challenges and not be depressed or something because you always have the right weapons and skills like in a video game for the next level. It's all right here. You have the resource. That's what helped me a lot.
I think Elon Musk has also said this that he sees life as a video game. That's why he is so successful. Like the risk he has taken is just amazing. How do you stay focused in this world?
It's a good question, and I struggled a lot, but what I found is a big thing is I think diet and all the things you consume. How
Yeah,
I stay focused is I keep my health in order, so I eat well, I work out every day, I have a vision, which is also a big point that directs me into the direction. And because without the vision, everything there are so many red dresses and things that are look so sexy and you want to accomplish. When you have a vision, you know those like most of these things are just distractions.
you have to minimize distractions and prioritize what matters.
Prioritization is a big point.
How are you currently acquiring clients and what has been your biggest method? I think it's X.
The main channel is X,
Yeah.
and my favorite method to attract clients is just like it sounds so cliche, but I share my ideas, and the more personal and unique my ideas are, the better I can attract the perfect client. because they are vibrating on the same frequency, right? And then I love to attract clients like that. They coming to me, they are inbound leads, and then it's also much easier to help them because they are kind of my younger self.
Basically, they are exactly like you, so it's very easy to help them. Have you ever scaled a business to five figures without spending on ads?
I've never done that. Actually, I had my marketing agency where I didn't create content or anything. I just reached out to people. I just reached four figures. Like I made a couple of thousands profit and then I quit. So you can make it happen by doing outreach and reaching out to potential clients, but it's harsh. Like you have to deal with so many rejections and stuff. You have to go through the dirt.
Yeah.
And that's why I recommend everyone create content.
What is the one advice you will give to someone who is struggling to scale online?
When this problem appears, it's probably because they are not solving a problem that the market really needs. Some people are offering stuff that nobody really wants and needs. And when you want to build a successful business, solve a big problem that's just a pain in the ass from the audience. And the bigger the problem, the bigger the potential.
Even if they solve the problem, the issue is marketing. Like, how will they scale it without marketing?
How I did it was to define my ideal customer, my avatar, as clearly as possible. And it's funny because it's nearly my young. And when you know how this person thinks, how this person behaves, and what it does on a daily basis, and what platforms this person is, then it's much more easier to get access to the person and
Speak their language.
directly. Yeah, speak their language. And I think many people are not clear, and message has to be crystal clear. Many people's headlines are like it's just 30-word thing that nobody wants to read. And simple things are always the best.
Like the headline for my 2 days, convert any website into Android and iOS apps within 5 minutes. What do you think about it?
Yeah, before I can say actual words, I think I have to see it and how good it was.
Okay, sure, I will share it with you. If you go back when you first started, what will you do differently?
I would start to create content and focus on my health in the first place. Your personal life and your health has so much impact on your business and even in.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. I've also recently started following this guy named Brian Johnson. Have you heard of him?
Brian Johnson is the zero guy, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I know him.
What do you think about his diet?
I like extreme stuff, and I like what he does, and he inspires me, and I love the things he does. And
I think that's it. It was nice having you. Are there any future projects that you are excited about?
so right now I'm starting on YouTube. I create content on YouTube, and also I upload the videos on my podcast as well, which kind of allows me to not be reliable just with X. I'm on other platforms as well. And my next goal is to hit 10K, which I'm documenting online. So if anyone is interested in that, you can.
Yeah. I will also add your X link in the description. Are there any other sources listeners can follow you at?
Yes, I'm on Instagram as well. I'm starting to.
Okay, so I will add your X and YouTube channel link in the description. So thank you very much. It was very nice talking to you and I enjoyed a lot.
I appreciate your podcast and thank you so much.